Hell yeah. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Koi. We got
Billy.
Jordan here. I just met them at the skate park. Super cool guys. Yeah, just talking about skating and life in general. So tell us, how is it living here in Launceston?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Weather's a bit bad, it's either really cold or really hot.
What do you like most about being here?
I probably like being really close to the city,
Yeah.
not being out in the country too much. It's really good just being able to go to any shop and not having to order everything online.
Yeah, I find that in a lot of big cities, you sort of have to beat the traffic. But here, everything is nice and close. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it here. You planning to move elsewhere, or?
I don't really know yet. I'll see what happens after I finish school.
Yeah. You have a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big move for me to go from Perth to here. That's where all my friends are. So I came down here. I have no friends, and
Yeah.
you have to start fresh again.
Sometimes a fresh start is good though.
Yeah.
It's different for sure.
Yeah. If you sort of messed up high school,
Yeah.
I guess you can start again. You guys wanna say anything else to camera?
No, not really.
No.
Do you have a YouTube channel or?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, but it's not your typical channel. Like, I talk about a lot of issues that young people face,
Yeah.
and they're not. It's not some issues that people really talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
I like to help young people, because I went through like a rough patch. I had 2 suicide attempts in 2020. Maybe now is not a good time because like it's pretty full on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but you guys are just having fun at the moment, so I don't
Yeah.
want you to
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
listen to my story. Yeah. Have you experienced anything like that when you were in school?
Yeah.
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 Not fitting in and
Yeah.
being bullied, or
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, I've gotten a bit of that.
yeah. It does get better when you finish school.
Yeah.
That's something
Yeah.
I can say.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I am an example. It will get better.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
And you will see you guys on my channel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't wait for it.
Isn't it funny how it took me almost a year to know my neighbor who's been living there the whole time? Back when I was in Vietnam, you sort of know everyone in your neighborhood. Well, you're forced to, because there's so many people. You're always surrounded by people. You walk out of your house, you see your neighbor cleaning up the front yard, brooming all the litter. You go out in your front yard. Back in Vietnam, you smell people cooking. You sort of know everybody's business when you're back in the hood, so to speak. But when I moved to Australia, everything sort of changed. People just don't go out of their way to talk to you. There's this concept of personal space. You go to a restaurant, you go anywhere really, you have to queue. And if you push in and you touch people, that's considered socially unacceptable. And same thing here with your next door neighbors. I know people who have lived their whole entire life in the same house, next to the next door neighbor, and never spoke a word to them. Isn't that crazy? It's not until that person dies and the house starts to rot, the smell of carcass start to marinate the whole building, that's when the person see their neighbor for the first time. And isn't that terrifying? I know in some countries such as Japan, there's this group of people known as the hikikomori. I don't know the correct translation for it, but it's similar to a hermit, someone who spends the entire day being shut in. They only go out to buy grocery or, I don't know, They only go out when they have to go out. They never leave the house. It's terrifying. I don't know about you guys, but being alone terrifies me. How can someone go their entire life without talking to anyone? Sure, you have things such as social anxiety, depression, but even those people, they crave some sort of social connection. We are social creatures after all. Try going a whole year without talking to anyone. You go crazy for sure. Well, most people would go crazy. I know religious monks, religious brothers, people who've been ordained nuns in convents. They actually practice not talking to people. I don't know how they do it. Must be a spiritual thing. Yeah, I know nuns, sometimes they can go without talking to people for days, and then they have specially allocated time to talk to each other. I actually spent some time with some religious brother when I was a Christian, and at meal times they don't talk to each other at all, and that's just crazy to me. They only have a certain amount of time in the day in which they can talk to each other. Why am I talking about this? Well, a lot of people, they don't know their neighbors, and I think that they are missing out on a lot of things that life has to offer. Because if I hadn't talked to my neighbors today, I wouldn't know that my neighbors actually have been looking after us. So I'll tell you the story. When I got home from work today, one of my neighbor who lived next door to me came over and asked me if I have seen his cat, and I said no, I haven't seen his cat. I know it's a black cat, and she has always been sitting inside in the yard. I often see her when I wash my dishes and look out the windows. So he asked me if I've seen his cat, and I said no, but I'll keep an eye out for her. So I went out to pick up my sister, and on the way back we saw a black cat in a park not too far away from my house. I thought maybe that's his cat, so I took some pictures, and when I got home I showed that to my neighbor, and he said something that really touched my heart. He said, if you ever need anything, just come over and knock on the door, and we'll try our best to help you out. If you need any help lifting or anything like that, just ask and we'll help you out. And then he went on to say that I'll be watching. If there's any person who tries to do something funny or tries to break in the house, they won't be around for long. And the feeling I got from it, it's unreal. It's like I feel so accepted, and I don't know, I feel like I belong somewhere for once. My neighborhood, when I first moved in, is rumored to be the worst neighborhood in this city that I live in. You see the boys I interviewed at the beginning, yeah, they also said the same. They said they've been living here for their whole life, and they said, yeah, the neighborhood that I am actually living in is actually the roughest neighborhood, and lots of bad shit happens there. But I guess there are good and bad people everywhere, and you may not find out if you never talk to them. So I say open that door and just assume everyone is innocent until proven otherwise. And I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I have that trust. I default to trust rather than suspicion. And I know your upbringing can contribute a lot to how you view the world and how you treat people. Because someone who grew up in a dysfunctional family, someone who always has to watch their back so that their shit won't get stolen, or someone who lived in war-torn countries and where there's a lot of crimes, of course they're not going to trust people. Of course they're going to default to suspicion when they meet someone new. And I have to say, I am grateful and I feel truly blessed to have a somewhat of a, I wouldn't say normal, because no one is normal, but I had somewhat of a healthy relationship with people, thanks to my parents. I trust people easily, and I assume that people trust me. That's my default. But anyway, I'm rambling on way too much. This video is probably gonna be the longest video on my channel. I'm done skating. I haven't skated for a while. It's getting really dark right now, and I don't normally make videos this late, but I can't sleep, so yeah. I hope you are doing extremely well out there. Stay strong, and God bless if you believe in God. If not, I don't know, the universe will put everything in order for you. Alright, see you next time. Peace.